All right, parents. This is a video for parents and just for parents. This is not a video for kids. Kids can watch if they want, but it's boring grown-up stuff. All right, parents, if you have never done Google Meets before or you have not done Google Meets with us, this is your video to learn how to do this. It's very simple. I want you to try it. We can work together, and if you have any trouble at all, you're going to contact me and tell me. But I promise, Ms. Rogers has spent 4 days learning this, and it's very easy, really. All right, so the very first thing in Google Meets, I will announce the times that we will have the Google meeting, and 15 minutes beforehand, I will send you an email. If I cannot contact you by email, you're going to have to let me know, and we'll find another way to do it. There are other ways to invite you to the meeting. So you will get an email from me, Rebecca Rogers, and it will say it's happening right now. If you do not get the email exactly on time, if it's slow, join anyway. These meetings will probably be about 20 minutes, unless somebody joins late, in which case we'll just keep talking. I expect the meeting to not be more than about half an hour. All right, so once you've gone to that email, it's going to say Rebecca Rogers is inviting you to join the video meeting, and you click join the meeting. And then you might find out that you still need to download something. When I was on my computer, and this is all for a keyboard computer, if you do this on your phone, it's going to look a little different. But if you do it on your phone, you're still going to have to download something. My computer told me, oh, no, you can't do that because you're not on Chrome. So I opened the internet through Chrome, and I was fine. Parents, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If it gets frustrating, X out, start over. You might want to get the first time you do a Google meeting, you're going to want to do this first, maybe without the kiddos around so that you can concentrate. Once you've figured it out, it's going to be so easy. You're going to do it. It's going to be effortless. It's not going to cause you any trouble. But the first time you do it, you will probably have to download something or at least go through Chrome. All right. So finally, it's going to ask you, do you want the Google Meets to use your microphone and your camera? And the answer is yes. You're going to want them to do both of those. So you'll click allow, and then you're going to come to this screen. First off, let me show you the screen. I hope you like my red arrow. I drew it myself. I'm very proud of it. Seriously though, we're going to talk about the mute button. The mute button is going to be very important. There we go. Changing slides. There's my smiling face. And the microphone button, when it is white, means I can hear you. And when it is red, means I can't hear you. That is the mute button, and that's an important vocabulary word that I'm going to be teaching the students. Now, until you join, it doesn't matter. And I'm pointing out that you have to click the Join Now button because Ms. Rogers was on Google Meets for 20 minutes getting really, really frustrated until finally my 15-year-old came and told me, you haven't joined yet. And that solved everything. So after you join, after that happens, next slide, then you're going to see that you're going to be in full screen. If you are in this half screen, you have not joined the conversation yet. Now, when your little kid gets on this screen, they're going to get so excited because they're going to be seeing themselves, and they might want to make funny faces and stick out their tongue and wave to themselves. Honestly, I'd give them 2 or 3 minutes of looking at their face and looking at the wall behind them before you click on join. Once you hit join, I know you're there and I can hear you and I can talk to you. All right, so let's talk about that mute button. In grown-up meetings, all of the grown-ups will be asked to click on the mute button. Otherwise, we can hear everything. We can hear your TV, we can hear the baby, we can hear the dog, we can hear the bird, someone's in the kitchen cooking, we can hear everything. And in a grown-up meeting with 20 or so adults, that gets real annoying. So all the adults are asked to click on the mute button. There it is, the mute button, and I'll be teaching the children about the mute button, and our goal is to teach the students how to do the mute button themselves. This is going to be important. If the microphone circle is red, that means I cannot hear you or the student, but the student will be able to hear me. If the mute button is on, I can't hear. If the mute button is off, I can hear. Why does this matter? So this is why it matters. Sadly, my face is right next to the button, but you can see the mute button there. When we have Google Meets, if Miss Rogers is singing a song, doing the ABCs, doing nursery rhymes. I'm going to want to hear everybody. And I'm not going to have 20 kids in this class anyway. So, especially if there's just one or two of us, we'll sing songs, we'll do the ABCs, we'll do nursery rhymes, and we'll do it all together. And the mute button will not matter. However, when we are able to do story time and Miss Rogers is reading a book, I am going to walk the children through clicking on the mute button. Clicking on the mute button will be important so that I can't hear. You don't have to worry about the baby being noisy, the TV being on, you're cooking, you're doing whatever, the dog is barking, doesn't matter. If we're all singing ABCs and doing nursery rhymes, we won't care. If I'm reading a book and the mute button is on, then I won't care and life will be good. And then when we're done and the meeting is over, I will not log out until all of the children have logged out, and we'll say goodbye everybody, I'll see you at such and such a time. And then what do? We click on the X. And when your child has clicked on the X, they will have exited the meeting and we'll be done. So please remember what we say in pre-K. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I'm very optimistic about this. I think it'll be very exciting. And I will be seeing all of you soon.